I will re-explain this deck, because I want to actually just look at it a little bit more richly, which is, it's a Super Friends deck. It's Planeswalkers. I feel like a Planeswalker. So, the gist of this deck is the following. We are running the best Planeswalkers in town, particularly Liliana, Big Bolas, Little Teferi, Little Narset. How are we able to run these 4 colors? Through use of the Interplanar Beacon and the Raugrin Triome. There's a couple things that I want to note that are interesting about how this deck functions. First of all, with the introduction of Ikoria, we now have Narset, and I have gotten a lot of practice and experience with Narset, and I quite like her. She's a really interesting 4-slot Planeswalker that does healing, can let us do some mana fixing, which is relevant in a 4-color deck. The ultimate is quite easy to get to. She has a lot of loyalty, aka toughness, for when she comes out. And historically, Narset, Teferi, and Bolas have been these sort of like, oh man, when these stick, they really shit on you sort of things. And Narset feels like a really nice piece of glue to sort of stick everything together. I think this is really clever. Also, we are running 4 Elspeths, because it's very good against all the enchantments, the Uros, the everythings, and it brings back a lot of our targets, our Planeswalkers. The Tail's End is the most notable inclusion that I think is fascinating. This was just pointed out to me, that Tail's End can counter not just some of the legends, like the Companions, but also some of those companion abilities, some of the things like cycling. If there's a cycling to bring up a Sharknado, you can actually counter that. This is a card that I have not looked at too much, and just as a general rule, if you're a control-ish deck and you're looking for good reactive cards, you really need to look at the 2-mana spot. You really want to look at the 2-mana spot. Oh my god. Jessica! Zombie Grub. Caster extraordinaire, and also fan of co-op. Just did a little Raideroni. Oh man, for any of you who don't know Zombie Grub is a longtime StarCraft 2 commentator. There's a lot of streaming of various StarCraft 2's content. When I say various, I think that one of the biggest kind of like pain points for me about StarCraft 2 is that if I compare to Hearthstone, Hearthstone was like, here's the game, and there's also Arena, and there's also Tavern Brawl, and there's also Dungeon Run, and these are presented as different modes, and people kind of understand the through line of how they're supposed to experience it. But StarCraft 2, like, a lot of people don't even know that StarCraft 2 is free. You can get it right now for no dollars. And, you know, there's a lot of different gameplay modes of StarCraft 2. My favorite to play, StarCraft 2 is free. StarCraft 2's been free for a few years. Which is kind of like one of those, like... But, anyways... Any frickin' vase.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Don't worry, I got this.
Anyways, like, I love playing StarCraft 2 co-op Commander. So this looks like a very weird play. Make no mistake about it, this does look weird. However, our opponent shows that they have an Elspeth Conquers Death. Our opponent shows that they have the correct mana to be able to cast an Elspeth Conquers Death next turn. So I wanted to make sure that I got the value out of the Teferi as much as humanly possible. Woo! I overlooked that play, man.
I have other plans.
don't know. But anyways, yeah. Ah, fuck. What do I do about this asshole? Just gets me a creature or a planeswalker. I gotta do this, man.
I have practiced against many foes like you. Keep an open mind.
Okie dokie. I mean, I have a lot of cards. That's pretty cool. I can't quite tell if I'm losing badly or not losing. Yeah, man. Zombie Grub streams arcade. Regular one-on-one. Co-op. The Woiks. We also have StarCraft royalty showing up. Zombie Grub. And Maynard. My god. StarCraft royalty arrives in pairs. Kings and queens. All marching in. Maynard, it's very good to see you, man. For any of you who didn't know, I'm doing a little guest casting of the Team Liquid Star League 5. I don't know why I'm even doing this. I think we're fucking dead here. Let me just go ahead and concede. Okay, so Oath of Kaya and Shatter the Sky, probably not needed. Tail's End seems good. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't interact with Luca, correct? Because Luca says you exile until you hit... Fuck, how does that card work? Let me read. Luca Copper Coat. Says exile, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Okay, so that interacts with and intersects with this. Mystic Dispute also does too. The wording's really important because if Luca Coppercoat said exile until you exile a creature with power greater and then bring it into the battlefield, then that would be a video game right there. If it was reveal until you do a thing. Navi, listen. Gift in 5. We're listening, Navi. We've been listening ever since you entered our minds in Ocarina of Time. That was a fortunate little peel. I'm going to keep this, and I'm actually just going to -3 Teferi right away.
Right on schedule.
Maybe I just should have left up the Mystic Dispute, but I kind of want to Mystic Dispute Yorion.
Hone your prowess.
I've got it.
I want to leave up the Mystic Dispute.
I have just the trick for this.
protect you.
Should have played one of these. What am I doing? Oh, Webby says, do you play or watch much SC Remastered? Lately, a shitload.
I know 88 ways to defeat me. Pick one, meditate, and prepare.
Let's try this.
I think I did well by waiting.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Yeah, John, I do miss Nick a good amount. Lately I've been just missing people a lot. You know, there's a certain kind of reassurance that's just really nice.
I will change the world, whether Ikoria.
Nice. Yep, and look at the hover over Grafdigger's cage. Gotta bang. Yeah, I don't know, that, like, with my brother in particular, like, I feel like my relationship with my brother has gotten a lot stronger in the last... Really? It's gotten a lot stronger in the last few years. Just, you know. Because, especially when you're living with another person and you're in their space all the time, it can sometimes cause friction that has nothing to do with you or the other person. It's just that, like, a lot of people aren't meant to live under... Like, Nick and I shared a room growing up. You know, like... I mean, I was even to have a conversation with someone about this, that, like, a lot of people in, like, growing up, they had their room, and their brother had a room, and their sister had a room, or something like that. But, you know, Nick and I would just share a room together, you know. And then, you know, like, it's been really nice getting to do similar work to my brother and to be able to talk to him and, okay. I value getting mana very, very highly with this deck. But being able to, like, share work, and, like, you know, my brother also knows me very well because we've fucking lived together for so long. And we grew up together. So this is the play. We wait. You know, we grew up together, know each other sort of at a very personal level. So being able to, like, talk to him about those sorts of things. He obviously... he likes StarCraft a lot the way that I fucking like StarCraft, you know what I mean, man? We are playing correctly. I don't know. I think I get rid of the Typhoon because our opponent does not really have a lot of good options to draw. Our opponent obviously cannot cast Yorion on this turn, which means that I will be able to have the Mystic Dispute up for when I need it. Cycling is very, like, I'd almost call it disproportionately good in these 80 card decks. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What are you gonna do? Where were you last turn? This is gonna get ugly before it gets pretty. Oh, man, that was a fucking shit situation to be in. Cycling is just... I don't fucking know, man.
Sorry I'm late. I've got time.
Alright, let me get my water, my coffee.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, I probably should have gotten rid of the Dream Trawler because I didn't really have an answer. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that was just the misplay that cost the game, because I think my logic should have been I have enough ways to deal with things getting drawn out. This deck that we just lost to is really the top deck in the meta. I think I just didn't think through that correctly. I think that my opponent didn't appear to have a lot of options. I think I should have Thought Erasure away the Dream Trawler, and then I should have Mystic Disputed the Yorion, and then just slowed the game down. Alright, that'll not do it. That'll do it. Okay. Madden says, I really want to thank you for helping me enjoy Magic again. It's not so much learning what I should do, but learning that it's perfectly fine to lose. I enjoy it now 100% more. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of steepness. We are absolutely fucked.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
We are so fucked. This is over. This is over. The game's done. We're gonna lose. Look at this. We're gonna lose all of our land. This is so stupid.
I can no longer stand by and watch. That's more like it.
You know, like, overall, I'm increasingly less a fan of the meta lately. I mean, if our opponent doesn't get a land, then great, but, like, Winota blowouts, they're so common, you know?
That didn't go according to plan.
Can't exactly cast anything. Bing bong.
Humble your mind. There is always an option. Meditate with me.
Take that.
Consider this bridge.
Oh my god.
burned.
Yeah, like... Winota decks. Yeah, I don't know. The power level feels a little weird in Magic right now. I was actually having a discussion with someone. Dude, I'm gonna take an ice cube out of this water and I'm gonna put it in the coffee. I feel myself operating at like 10 cycles.
Oh, they're so cute.
I need to go to infinity and beyond. Oh my god, a Winota and we're dead. Alright. Same play we did last turn. Let's do it here. That was first, but...
I prefer a peaceful resolution, but I'll fight if
Perfect.
I must.
You can tell I like this play. Throwing an
Let
Atris
thoughts flow like river rapids.
at a Chandra. Okay. Let me try to chug coffee
Time
and
to
wake
sleep
up a
for
little bit here.
week. Even masters make
Cheers to you.
mistakes.
It's a charming prince. Okay. I'm gonna go on a rant. Can everyone remind me to go on a rant for a moment? Can everyone remind me to go on a rant? I got a rant incoming. Like when I'm starting to lose, should be like, hey Sean, might be ranty time. Yeah, also part of the reason why I'm a little tired is I am trying to exercise a lot. Trying to exercise a lot. So I'm not running because I prefer the elliptical, but I've just been walking and thinking and walking and thinking and so on. Oops. You know. And I've been walking about 30 miles a week. So I walked about 6 miles this morning. No! It's over! I'm broke! But after the best of 3, that's what I need a reminder for. I'm fucked! We lost! No! Why that one, huh? Why that one? No! It's over! Fuck, man. I don't know, Shatter the Sky? I don't even have enough mana to cast it, but I could have it soon. I could have it. Okie dokie. Oh! Oh! It's okay, I have answers. I have answers in a pantsers. Okay! What do you need to stay alive? Gotta hope that you don't die. Tail's End is going to be good here. Grafdigger's Cage is going to be good here. Okay. I don't think that Elspeth Conquers Death is going to be particularly valuable here. Because of the fact that Elspeth Conquers Death is really good at getting rid of like a notable juicy component and then a few turns later getting extra value out of there. I think I need things that have immediate effects the turn they're played on the board. The cries only seem mediocre. The cries only seem mediocre. All right, Luisi 10. Trick seems to be getting rid of all non-humans with a Winota deck, and you are golden. This deck does not employ that strategy. This deck employs the deny the Winota by countering her with a Tail's End, discarding her with a Thought Erasure, or disabling her with a Grafdigger's Cage. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, what's nice about this particular situation is that when I play the Teferi, Raise the Alarm has to come down right now, because this prevents instant speed. So when this comes down, we get a guaranteed pick off there.
This isn't a fight you can win. Trust me, I have a plan.
And now we're in very good shape, because this is 2 damage per turn with a Brazen Borrower, and this thing, that's 4 damage a turn. So this feels quite comfortable for us.
Now what?
So this is a slight risk. Sure.
Trust me, you'll thank me later.
Yeah, I can handle a single one
I
out.
am not making this up as I go.
Our opponent would need to have gone land Winota. Like, it's not just does our opponent have a Winota or not, it's would our opponent have gone land Winota.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality hone your prowess.
That is A-okay. This deck is quite threatening outside of the little ones. Summoning the bigger ones. This deck actually has a shitload of life gain. Like, subtly has a shitload of life gain, because the Oath of Kaya just procs so many times. It's actually quite threatening with all these little dudes, but
I am not going to sit this one out.
I think I just need to continue to draw because I'm going to win through excessive card advantage. I'm going to prefer to play the Interplanar Beacon over the Raugrin Triome, because even though the Raugrin Triome provides the alternative land generation options, I think that I want the ability to cycle. You know, like, this heals and damages, these heal. Okay. I think we have enough walkers. I think I need walkers or sweepers. Like stat. Okay. Yeah, this is a sufficient... Like, this is why I was not fist-pumpingly celebrating. It's just really challenging to beat someone that's making a lot of tokens. Okay, so... when I come back, we're going to do a rant. We're going to do a rant. I just need to refill on coffee, because I'm really low on coffee. I had 2 cups, and then didn't have anything for like 5 hours. Do you want rants? I'll give you rants. So this is something that I was discussing with one of my friends earlier on about power levels in Magic the Gathering, or in a game in general. So there's this idea which is basically like, if we're playing Dota or something like this, and let's say the highest damage stun, or something, the highest length stun in the game is something like 1 second, and that's it. I'm going to back all the way up. I'm going to start over again. Let's try this again. Here is the statement that I'm going to be discussing. When one increases the average power level in a game, one opens up the design space. So this is going to require me to discuss a couple terms, discuss the idea of design space. So I want to begin with Dota. Now, if you've never played Dota or never played a MOBA, that's actually totally fine. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to take care of you. Here's the statement. Imagine if the longest stun in a game is 1 second. And a stun is something that completely disables you. You can't do anything when you're stunned. Can't move, can't use abilities, can't attack. You just look there and see yourself die. With this stun, if the longest stun is 1 second, if I'm a designer, I don't really feel like we have a lot of wiggle room with different types of abilities with respect to stun. I could do like a half-second stun or a 1 second stun. I could have a hero that does a 1 second stun and no damage, a hero that does a 1 second stun and a lot of damage. If I say the cap is 1 second, there's just, it's hard to make something like feel qualitatively different. And I want to stress the word feel, because a lot of what you're trying to do in a game is create like different experiences for people, and you want them to have a sense of fairness to them. But a 1/4 second stun feels really similar to a 1/3 of a second stun, because humans suck at differentiating those. So we might say, you know what, I'm worried that we won't be able to design enough heroes. The design space around stuns is very limited. How do we open this up? And so there's this idea of increasing the average power level, saying, okay, well, what if we just said that the longest stun in the game was, say, 8 seconds, which I actually think is true in Dota. The longest stun length in the game is 8 seconds. I think that's right. Maybe it's higher than that. This is Dota, so it's probably like 150 seconds. So if you have something like this, I'll just use the term 8. If you have something like an 8-second stun, no, I think it is 13 seconds. I think it is 13 seconds. You know what? I have to look this up now because I'm curious. Shadow Shaman Dota 2. Oh yeah, Bane has Fiend's Grip, which is pierces magic immunity and lasts for quite a long time. Yeah, let's see here. Shackles lasts for... Okay, no, Shackles lasts for 7 seconds. Bane, Dota 2. This really doesn't affect my point at all, but I'm now like really curious. Fiend's Grip lasts 11.5 seconds, and due to his other ability, Enfeeble increases it by 30%. So yeah, it's like it's high. It's like a long amount of fucking time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This does not really affect my point. But I was still curious, right? So let's say we have come back to our example. We're trying to make a MOBA, and 1 second felt too slow. So or felt too low. 8 seconds is going to be our average. Well, now we can actually add a lot of different feel into the game by having an 8-second stun where I have to channel. I have to like literally fully focus on stunning you. I can't attack you. We might have someone else have a 4-second stun where they just shoot it like an ability. It hits you, and then you know I can attack, but it's a shorter amount of time. We might have an ability that just stuns for a 1/4 second, which is enough to like interrupt me if I'm channeling an ability or something like that. So we start to have these different amounts of stun duration, allows us to make different designs with different feel. Now, one way in which minigames increase the design space is they add on more axes. They add on more things that are different pieces that can be used to composite into a different ability or a weapon or thing in the game. So, for instance, we might say, hey, what if we introduce this idea of silencing? What if I've introduced this mechanic where I disable all your abilities, but you can still move around and attack? So maybe I now have an ability that stuns for 2 seconds, and then when you're done being stunned, you're silenced for 3 seconds. Maybe now I have a damaging silence ability and a damaging stunning ability, right? You start to be able to come up with more mix and matched abilities in this way. Why does this all relate to Magic the Gathering, right? There's 2 points that I'm trying to make with what I'm talking about. The first, you can obviously create more design space by adding more axes, by adding more keywords, by adding more little mechanics, which we see Magic do. Things like Mentor or Cycling or Convoke, these keywords have slightly different gameplay. They're new concepts. You mix and match them with the previous concepts, and you get more space of interesting ideas to work with. But there's... the discussion comes back to this sort of thesis statement I was talking about, which is, hey, if you increase the average power level in a game, you open up more design space for yourself. This is where that Dota example of stun length comes in. If I wanted to make a ability where I had a hero that could teleport anywhere on the map, that's his ability. And this hero can teleport anywhere on the map once every 20 seconds. In a game that is all about positioning and where you are and trying to see where people are on the map, this dude, I'm going to let him teleport anywhere on the map. If this very cool, zany, awesome, powerful sounding ability, if we want this to exist, there must already be some sufficiently awesome, good, powerful things to be able to respond to it. So I'm trying to delineate between if I go from a 1 second max stun length to an 8 second max stun length, I create more space for cool designs because a 1 second or a 4 second or an 8 second, each of these feels different or they feel more different. But also, by introducing the idea of an 8-second stun, we're allowed to introduce a global teleportation ability that on paper sounds crazy, but it's okay because there's powerful other answers that are in the game. Again, this is a different way, a slightly different way in which having a higher average power of the existing stuff allows you to introduce a new word, a new ability, a new access, a new mechanic that you couldn't have made before because the existing stuff just wouldn't have been able to go toe-to-toe with it. First of all, does that make sense? Does this more or less make sense? And also, this ability does exist in Dota. Anytime you tell someone a Dota ability, they're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, how is that fair? And everyone's like, oh yeah, the hero sucks. Like, Iceman says, yes, that's good. We got Iceman on board. We got Iceman. That's all we needed. So when it comes to something that I've seen the Magic the Gathering designers talk about in the past few months, they've talked about increasing the overall average power level of Standard in Magic the Gathering. When Guilds of Ravnica came out, and I really liked Guilds of Ravnica Standard, there were a lot of really slight type gameplay techniques that worked. I know people didn't like Teferi Hero of Dominaria, but like, if you got a flipped Legion's Landing, you'd win the game, right? From like little 1/1s at a time. They're like, I made these Naya ramp decks that would summon little 1/1s here and there, and maybe get a Palaka Worm, and then like spend a few turns drawing with Arch of Orazca. Right? It was much lower power level compared to now when we have a lot of quite high spiky power level things. And this conversation that I was having this morning about, do I think that's good? Do I think that's bad? Again, in a lot of the real-time games that I know, and a lot of the other games that I have either worked on or had friends work on and talk about, like, I remember Brian Kibler actually said to me that, like, he was working on a board game, and once they felt good about all the numbers, they just doubled all of them, just to make sure they had more wiggle room in the cracks. You know, things like this. I know that there are many examples of an average increase in power level opens up the amount of options, but I'm wondering what this effect would be like in Magic the Gathering. I really wonder what the effect is going to be like in Magic, because in card games there is this weirdness of, if I increase the average power level, it could increase the frequency of dying at an earlier turn. I think it would be very difficult or challenging for me to be able to say increasing the power level doesn't necessarily cause that. But let's just claim that it happens in some cases. There's decks that just maybe have a couple turn 1, 2, 3, 4 plays that are just building and growing in power to the point where, if I take, for instance, this Winota deck, if I have the counter and counter Winota, I'm totally fine and the enemy deck is ruined. If I don't have it, I'm completely and utterly fucked. Where, like, if the power level gets sufficiently high, the only way to deal with the powerful cards is to have a powerful enough answer. And I don't know if this model that I'm using is necessarily fully appropriate, because I'm sort of basing this on the statement that an increase in power level plausibly decreases the amount of turns you have to deal with stuff. Like, oh my god, a questing beast comes out, hits me in the face with haste damage and kills the planeswalker I thought I was going to be able to deal with or use next turn. Ugh. Yeah, I'm basing everything off this idea that, like, if there's fewer numbers of turns to respond, you just kind of have an increased burden of drawing the thing. If you, say, had 3 turns to respond to a thing, you could spend one of those turns drawing, one of those turns buying yourself an extra turn, then another turn drawing, and then the 4th turn actually responding. But if you only had 2 turns, you, like, draw, you didn't get the answer, and you're dead. I don't know if any of this analysis or any of these statements even apply, because I think that there is the counter argument to what I'm saying, which is, Sean, if all the average card powers are increased, things that would have killed you on turn 4 now don't, because you have more powerful defensive options. You need just cards, period, to be able to do stuff. So I don't know. I think it's interesting because I think that this is like a gap in my ability to take my understanding of systems that are like non-card gamey, you know, like real-time team shooters, MOBAs, strategy games, when compared to something like a card game. But I don't know, it feels like some of these things, it's just something I've been thinking about. Like Wizards has not said, we want power level in Magic to mean that people lose all their fucking land on turn 4 to an Agent of Treachery being peeled from Winota. Like, I didn't say that sort of stuff. I've just been thinking about this, like, man, that is a really powerful spike. There's also this sort of pain that I think Jeff Hoagland pointed out on Twitter, that cards like Agent of Treachery, at the time those were being tested internally, the testers, like a year and a half ago, whenever the hell they were actually testing with these cards, Veil of Summer was legal. Because note that Magic designers and testers are playing months to years before we, humans, get the chance to play it. I don't know why I said humans. It implies that lizard people design the cards at Wizards of the Coast, which I think is actually true. I think Mark Rosewater posted in his blog, I'm a great big lizard person. That's my little rant in a pant. But the thing that's... but see, again, like, there is a crux of... Like, here's the crux of my analysis that's the issue. Here is the statement. If increase in power level equates to fewer turns overall, if that's what that equates to, then you necessarily wind up in a situation where there are fewer turns of gameplay, fewer opportunities to draw, and therefore more burden of drawing what you need to draw, and potentially less, burden of cool gameplay techniques. That's like the real analysis flaw in what I was saying, which is, well, increasing the power level, Shauna just don't gotta mean that. You know? She doesn't have to mean that. I have a question. Just show me what you got. Well, I made this mistake before. I'm sort of interested in the way the meta experience is right now.
The trick for this.
I'm interested in the way the meta experience is right now because, like, I just don't know if I have, like, the language to even describe a lot of the issues, concerns, thoughts about some of this stuff. So it was a half-formed thought. You could tell that when I was talking about more real-time games, I had a lot more comfort than when I transitioned to talking about card games. And I think that at the end of the day,
I've got it.
You've got it, do you? Well, show me what you got. Hello fucking hell. Hello fucking hell. I hope Papa Lair rots in hell. Give me this.
It's only a matter of time.
Let's go ahead and put one of these here.
You show remorse, I'll show strength.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I've got time.
oh my god, please play the land, Sean. I think that the whole idea of power level is an interesting and very abstract statement. Oh! Show me what you got. Yeah, take that. Bing bong. Bang, pow, boom. Bang.
That was uncalled for.
Stop that. Alright, this is getting a little dumb.
Let's try this.
Yeah! Absolute power overwhelming. And then he's still gonna summon another 1/1 and kill my Teferi, but that's okay, because I got the Elspeth Conquers fucking death. Yeah, I kind of wanted to play Dota today, but I misscheduled with Kevin. Kevin actually has a prior commitment. This fucking guy.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Alright.
Don't worry.
Yorion cannot flicker that. What the? Why is it all of them are... how in the... But couldn't you just... You... fuckface. I think Azorius control's actually pretty good right now. Would I like a swamp? You bet your butt I would. It's the only basic. This is a what the deck. Whoosh whoosh.
Here we go.
I think that it, like I like to apply general broad structure to things when I'm discussing them, when I'm thinking about them, because it's very helpful for the sake of analysis. You have no clue how many more of these things I have, man. But I think that if I were looking at this particular meta, I feel like there are a couple very spike-heavy combos.
That's more like it.
Oh, Narset. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is it right here.
My prowess is unmatched. Meditate and prepare.
Oh!
Few openings for more minions, if you're interested.
Drawing cards and making them exile seems good. Yeah.
My schemes are never ending.
Yeah, and I think that there's a few spikes that lead to a little bit of one-dimensionality. Like, take, for instance, the Yorion Gyruda experience. A lot of Yorion decks do a couple things on the first few turns, descend in hand size, play Yorion, and then regrow the hand size, either by flickering some eggs, flickering some omens.
Your assault is insulting.
I think you're a total douchebag. Welcome back. Loyalty.
Slow this down.
I have a lot of things to do. Let's do this first. Yeah.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Super Friends Unite!
Let your weak minds crumble.
I'm gonna just do this.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
It's me, Atris, the Oracle of Half-Truth. I like the way Temur Reclamation plays a lot. That actually feels like a Magic the Gathering deck. Yeah, I'll take, actually, I want the land, man.
That which appears mystical is merely the result of practice. Enlightenment begins within.
All right, we have a pretty good looking collection of super friends over here. Shoot shit. Babuchka. I gotta turn on my air conditioning. My year conditioning. Blah.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Wow.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Hello. I'll exile my own Teferi.
This is hardly my worst defeat. Might be a bad idea.
Let me help you practice.
All right, let's get them all out.
If I were you, I'd just surrender right. Good health.
I mean, I'm probably winning.
In war.
Wicked Pies, what does everyone think about the meta beginning to stabilize? The meta actually still feels pretty unstable, and it's like very interesting. I'm literally going to pound another cup of coffee, man. It's so good. Do. Fartin' crap cruds. I'm gonna keep this because I'm the luckiest boy in the world. Dog rant. Doggers. Doggies. Flog champ. Oh man. I went to go camp, but it was bog damp. And I was like, poggers. We had to go back to the car and get the tent. Sloggers. Oh man. Oh, we messed up. We make you mistakey. Alright. Oh. Alright, if any of you want to see what errors look like, they look a lot like Sean Plot. Stay 9 high. You can be funnier than that, Falsify. I know you. Oh my god, I'm just conceding, okay? Shut up. You know, I actually, I'll say the thing that I've said before. I have smoked marijuana, and I do not like it. I do not like it. I learned from you, Sean. I'm sorry, Falsify. You know, I think I get like a little bit like what whenever someone's like, "Hey, are you high?" Because I'm like, "Well, come on." There was a period of time where, when I first started the dailies, there's a lot of people that were like, "Is Day9 high?" Counter me, I don't give a shit. Is Day9 high? Is he smoking pot? You know, that sort of stuff. I have learned the lesson. Yeah. And I think I got a little touchy about that because it was because I had redness in my eyes. And only in 2018, excuse me, did I learn that the redness in my eyes was a result of an allergic reaction to the contact solution that I was wearing, that I was using. So I basically had just been having like mild allergic reaction in my eyes. We were like, look at his eyes, he's high. Does Day9 smoke pot? Because he's high. I'm going to counter this activated ability for sure, friends. So everyone needs to back off. Alright. It's from the mousse you put in your hair when you were young? Ooh, that's a good reference, so. It's a good referendum. Lane Forces, do you think Magic's land screw problem is not actually a problem? I view it as a consequence of a system that does a lot of really good things. And the best description I've heard for this is, if you want to give a bunch of people cars so that they can drive to and from work, that does a lot of good things. It also kinda does cause you to have car accidents.
I am one again.
I find that to be a really fascinating perspective.
Witness a mote of mine.
You get traffic jams. You wind up getting lost. You have to fill up gasoline when you didn't realize, and it fucks your day up. Like, I would not say car accidents are bad, therefore we need to remove cars. If you said to me, here is a system that has the same benefits of the Magic Mana system, but also doesn't have Mana Screw, I do intuitively think that probably exists. Get the fuck out of here. Woo!
My intellect is without limit.
Honor the past by bringing its traditions into the future. Strike with a cunning mind.
I know this is a really weird play, but I want both of these tails end. Yeah, like, I believe that there's probably a solution. I believe there's probably a solution. However, I have seen 1,000,001 collectible card games come out and be like, dude, we have solved the Mana Screw issue. And you know what? They haven't.
How overwhelming.
They just have not. They have avoided the downsides of mana and lost all the good parts of the mana. Get the fuck out of here! We're getting close to that sweet, sweet -8.
My schemes are never ending.
Just gonna run it out. Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't matter how great and smart you think the system... Like, mana does good things. It creates the interesting deck-building struggle. It creates the situation of, like, how do I want to mix and match these colors together, make sure my mana base is good? It causes you to have plans and to change plans, and creates a sort of jaggedy roughness to how you're figuring things out, which can then give you sensations of surprise and overcoming and... all that good positive shit.
Playing hero are
This is getting a little annoying.
eons ago.
I think I have mathematicsed this out correctly.
Your efforts are futile.
Large, or little, or big? I think we do this one.
Focused and
We do this step 1.
No obstacles.
Step 2.
Keep an open mind.
Okay.
This isn't your average zombie horde. Impressive, isn't it?
You have no weakness I cannot explore.
Okay, so like, and you know, I will say, I think again, that I will claim, I think the most fundamental problem that happens in design, particularly when you get to large companies, is too often trying to delete the things that are allegedly cool. Or excuse me, trying to delete the things that are allegedly problems, and doing that again and again and again and again until you wind up with something that is cool.
You amuse me.
Ooh, now we're thinking with portals. Okay, so this has 4. So what we're going to do first is we're going to play Narset of the Ancient Way. Yes, that's one. But I think another thing that I will claim, people that take design a little more seriously and get a little more into it, okay. You got it. So I'm going to wind up 2-2ing this. So let's do this first and see what happens.
Hone your prowess.
But I think there's a thing that many an amateur designer does, which is they play a game that they find to be fun, and then they're like, oh, dude, you know what would make this game so much more fun is this idea that I have that fixes the problem. It fixes the thing I don't like, which means this game, instead of consisting of the stuff I like and the stuff I don't like, I've eliminated the stuff that I don't, and then boom, we're done in money and onto infinity. Right, there's this just thought that it's like you just get rid of the bad, then you're good. But I think it's so easy to not understand and not acknowledge all the positive benefits that you did not even notice were there until you fix the bad problem. And then it's just not, you don't have anything good, and then you just have what can be described only as bad, sad, bad. And so, for instance, there were card games that would, instead of having some land cards or some spell cards, this is getting gross.
I have just the trick for this.
Okay, good job.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Instead of, like, doing land
Mind
or
and
spell,
body should move. Meditate.
you could choose what it is you wanted to do with your deck. Or with each card. You could choose to play this as a land card or play it as a creature card. And many of those games suffered from this issue. Where... Doesn't matter, we win next turn. Because this guy's -8. Yeah, so there were a number of card games that said, okay, you can choose to play this as land or play it as a creature. And the issue that a lot of these decks suffered from, a lot of these deck building games suffered from, is that you just had a perfect curve every single game. So building decks that relied on curving out sharply were disproportionately represented. It's really interesting. I think that Hearthstone also pointed to this issue when they were working with their mana system. And, I mean, I thought this was a really clever comment from fucking what's-his-face? From Eric Dodds, who said that in Hearthstone, for any of you who haven't played Hearthstone, instead of having cards that you play that are your resources, you just get 1 mana on turn 1, 2 mana on turn 2, 3 mana on turn 3, 4 mana on turn 4, and it just fills up until you get to 10, and that's the most that you can have.
No one has seen my face and live. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Mono black discard, okay.
Oh, finally.
He pointed out that when they had this linear mana system, you just wound up really without any complexity to your game plan. On turn 2, you would do the thing that costs 2 if you had it. On turn 4, you would just cast whatever you could if you had that. And that's just all there was to it. Do I want a Thought Erasure here? I think I don't. I think I don't want a Thought Erasure because Rodrigo has shown some discard stuff, plus some creatures, and had plenty mana to do something more dramatic than a Knight of the Ebon Legion. And so to solve this problem of a sensation of linearity in Hearthstone, they introduced the idea of the hero power. The hero power was there to create a turn-for-turn variety. I would love this second one. I hope it has some land in it. Well, farts. Because, like, it's very easy from an outsider's perspective to go, oh. Yeah. To just go, oh, they did hero powers because they just think that's cool. But, like, if you delete hero powers and have a linearly growing mana system, you get fucking bored. Like... Fucking, I'm so good! And isn't that sort of fascinating? Isn't that a fascinating sort of thing to think about? Because then it's like, yeah, because now saving cards for a good moment doesn't feel bad because I can just hero power and pass. And then I'm getting to use my hero power more, which is free value. Oh, huh. Like, screw correct. It feels like I'm wasting my turn, or it feels like there's not interesting options. Oh, we just literally introduced some more options. It also helps eliminate some of that bad feel. So good. Now, as another interesting thing from that talk, was... What colors are these? Abzan? You've got to be kidding me! Ah! Another interesting thing in that talk is, for any of you who played Hearthstone right when it first came out, there was a spell called Mind Control. And it was Hearthstone's agent of treachery. I think I'd win if I just make the game go on long enough. I think I'd just get rid of the questing beast. It's just damage. I'm not going to try to get greedy and try to, I'm going to shatter the sky and do all this fancy shit. We are taking a damage a turn. That's fine. But once upon a time in Hearthstone, there was a card called Mind Control. It cost 8 mana. Remember, the max amount of mana you can build up to is 10. And it just said, take control of an enemy creature. Just literally... This is mine now. Great. And people fucking hated Control Priest. It was a priest card. Priests would basically run a bunch of removal and a bunch of, like, denial stuff, and then they would mind control your biggest, baddest creature. And in Hearthstone decks, you can only have one copy of a legendary in your entire deck. So you would play your big legendary, and they'd mind control it. And so a lot of people, I mean, hell, even me, were like, this is unfair. This card is too strong. And so they did a whole lot of... You can always wait a few turns. And everyone thought it was unfair, and they hated it. I even complained about it. And they went and they looked at the data. And the data showed that, in fact, no. This card was not busted. The card didn't actually have a winning win rate. But... it created such a negative, broad gameplay experience that they eventually elected to delete it from the game. Or not delete it from the game, bump it to cost 10 mana. Fucking delete it from the game and nerf it. These are actually two different things, guys. Guys. These two things that I said are different things. Let me try it again. So they saw the data, and what they decided to do was kill a priest in real life. I mean, they nerfed the card. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that.
Right on schedule. So I've done the hero thing before.
All of the multiverse will bend to my will.
Couldn't believe they just went to a priest and just shot him right in the head and said, "You did this."
Intellect is
Everyone cheered, and then the balance issues went. It was really great. I don't know. It's sort of fascinating how much sort of the emotional aspect to some of these design things crop up. I don't think a Tail's End really matters. Well, maybe. Well. We don't really have any tools for this, do we? I think I should just leave the deck alone, huh? This is about the best that I can think of. Putting in the Tail's End. Like we saw, only legendary creatures. Oh no, you having a bad dream? You okay? Yeah. Yeah, everything's okay. Oh, Sheriff was having a bad dream. Oh, our little baby princess cat. This doesn't seem good enough. Yeah. Yeah, hey, come here. Yeah, don't worry. Your dad's got you. It's Dad. Come on up. Come on up, sweetie pie. Wow, you are just warm as hell. Yeah, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, little buddy. There you go. There you go. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Want to do some cooking with gas, sweetie pie? There we go. This is my cat. This is Sheriff. Okay, let's go, you know. Goodbye. And our moment's gone. I feel like our opponent has... I think this is the order. If I Thought Erasure now, my opponent, I believe, has 2 4-cost legendaries. Like... And if I Thought Erasure, I can remove 1, and then 1's guaranteed to come down, but if I do it in this order... I can get 2. Now, I still think it's better to just Atris. I think that this is the correct play. I still think that this is the correct play, to just delay. This times 1 billion. I bet you there's going to be a Palakranos or a Questing Beast. I virtually, I guarantee it. Potato. Potato. Potato, potato.
Rise, my elemental friend.
No blocks. I can just smash a Narset in that lady's face. Can also play 2 Thought Erasures. Bing bong.
Mind, body, and soul must be think, then act.
Suck Narset, kid. Inspired from an incredible line from an incredible movie. Did you know that Atris has menace?
My strength fades.
Suck brick, kids. One of the greatest lines in a movie of all time. Because it is an adult yelling at a child to receive a brick in the face. I mean, that's just something special. Wow, I can already feel myself coming back to me. Play. So this is a Kahira deck. I think I know what this one is. And I'm weirdly going to send this one back. Kahira decks are often these gruel-ass pieces of shit. Turn 1, Arboreal Grazer, into like turn 2, Kahiri, into like turn 3, continuing to be a big butthead. So I am just going to presume the most aggressive bent possible. Yes! I, Sean Plot, figured it out. You, guy in the chat, didn't. It was me. Guy in the chat. This is some fucking thick stuff. Get out of here, guy in the chat. For of you don't know, one of my long, I've known Dan for like almost 20 years. Dan's great. Dan's feelings are not undiscernible when he is playing. And Dan's most favorite culprit to sneer at is the guy in the chat. Questing Beast! Get out of here, beast in the chat.
Sorry I'm late. Here we go.
And one of Dan's favorite things to do is yell at guy in the chat. What are you talking about, guy in the chat? Guy in the chat is a funny thing to say. Figbird says, I love Dan, but boy, real hard to watch on stream. Dan gets what can be described only as real fucking mad.
Only time will tell.
I mean, I just fucking lose, right?
Will resonate.
I mean, we're dead, right?
Your existence is
Because a 6/6 and a 6/6 gets played and we lose. Yeah, Dan gets real fucking mad when we play StarCraft. I think... How do I even want to do? I don't seem to have any enchantment deletion. I guess Oath of Kai doesn't really do anything, does it? Tail's End, some Mystic... I mean, I actually think that Mystic Dispute is reasonable against this deck. Paradoxically, I think that it's not so bad. Get some red dudes here. Fuck. This doesn't seem the best. I guess Tail's End. Something like that. I mean, this is a weird looking sideboard, but I basically need to be able to destroy expensive things. Dan gets real fucking mad when he plays StarCraft, and I remember... I always found this useful. There's some people that will be mad, and it might be off-putting to you, but they just are used to getting mad about something, and they're okay with it. Oh, Webby says, how old were you when you first came across Artosis? Were there any first impressions you'd like to share? Let's see here. So, the way the internet functioned in the late 90s and early 2000s is very different than the way it functioned now. Specifically, a lot of online games function like this. I just hit play, and then I play, and then I'm done. It just connects me together. There was not matchmaking. There was no... You didn't just hit the play button. You had to sift through public channels. You had to kind of figure out... Shit, what do I do here? I think I pass. You would join channels, and you'd kind of see people who were regulars there who hung out there. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what I want. I think I just lose, right? Aren't I just dead? Oh my god. This? This one? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You fuck. Ow. Die even. Alright, let's do our favorite play. Let's throw it in there. So, you know, the sort of output
Ikoria.
experience
Let thoughts flow like river rapids.
of playing online at that young age is that you just started to see the same names. So it's not like I would meet and we'd shake hands and be like, hello, it's you, you know, or have like an intense bonding experience. It's like, you'd go in and be like, 1v1, Lost Temple, let me know. And then someone would be like, I'll do it. And you play and be like, GG. And that's it. And you sort of move away. And then you would move away. Please. Please don't. So it's very different.
My apologies. I lost my focus.
How do we do this fucking one? I think I actually just do this, except that it sucks. We can also comfortably get a, so this will probably hit here, and then whatever bastard comes down second, we can Elspeth Conquers Death, Serapal. But anyways. Yeah, so like Dan is someone I've known since I was maybe 13, and I'm 33 now. Maybe 14, 15. Known all those guys for a long fucking time. No! But actually this is okay. Don't you dare. You make me despair. Like you just don't care. Show me what I got.
Open mind.
I actually think this. I actually think this. Actually. I mean, we're gonna be winning by X Brainier X just not getting there. You know, that's the way we're gonna do it. So yeah, I've known Dan for a long time, and there's just a lot of different ways that people play Brood War in that day and age. Oh, I'm like real fucking dumb. Wow. I didn't think I would ever be this dumb, but I am. Wow. Well, that sucks. Well, that's just, I'm just bummed out. That's who I am now, you know? Well, whatever, it's fine. I'll just shoot her. We don't want Mystic Dispute because we're against the Fire's Invention deck. Okay. Okay, let's shoot this. So no, like I sort of have just brotherly love for Dan. You know, it's like, I've known enough people that play StarCraft and get really fucking pissed off at the game. It doesn't really startle me, because I think that you will never... Do I want health? What do I want? Who am I? Yeah, I'll take this guy. I think it's very challenging, unless you've, like, been in the thick of the shit in StarCraft, it's very challenging to even begin to describe just how difficult it feels emotionally to fuck up and lose, specifically in StarCraft. I'll take this land. Oh, look, making it easy for me. Okay, let's draw one of these. It's actually very, very challenging for me to, like, put into words what that thing is like. Because it's not just competition, I want to win or lose, like that sort of thing. It's actually so difficult to play StarCraft. Anyways. And when you're playing against good players, and you're climbing up higher and higher and higher, and there's fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer mistakes, you can just be marginally off on your focus for half a second, and that's it, you're dead. The game is done. I think I will do the Super Friend. And it can just be... Like, here's one that I actually saw on Dan's stream yesterday. WikiPie says that's exactly why I eventually gave up on climbing in SC2 when I was a kid. So much more than just the fact that it's a 1v1 game. Yeah, oh yeah. Like, Magic is so much less intense as a game to play. I'm not talking about difficulty. I'm just talking about intensity. And Palau says, at high ELO MOBAs, it's almost the same, I think. Here's the way in which it's different. It would be very similar to a MOBA if when you died, you didn't respawn ever. That's what it's like. And so it's just, I'll describe it as an extremely disorienting 1 minute after you have that just bone-crushing experience.
Weakness I cannot exploit.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Many paths lie before me.
And believe me, I am not trying to say that MOBAs are easy or anything like that. I'm not talking about difficulty. I'm not talking about the stakes. I'm just talking about this weird psychological intensity and stress where, you know, in StarCraft, you are having to press all your buttons accurately in a continuous fashion. You are just always pressing the buttons accurately. That you have spikes and drops of intensity in a variety of other games. Super intense shooter game like Overwatch, if you die, you get a few seconds to be dead, a few seconds to okay, and then like get back into there. Same thing with Counter-Strike. You know, you actually get a lot of these opportunities to do this sort of thing. StarCraft, man, is just like spam.
Might be a bad idea.
Just cling, and then you lose, and you're just like, I want to die. It's like very, very, very intense. So, I mean, there's almost no one I know that has not gotten very, excuse me, tilted. At some point after playing StarCraft. And for some people that I know, what they do is if they are frustrated at all after a game, they just vent. So fucking stupid. I hate this game. And by venting for 2 minutes after a game, they get some of that energy out. Whew! And then they go back to it. I used to just play and go on lost streaks and keep trying to focus until eventually it would just be too much and I would just fucking snap, man. And I'd be like, fuck, just knock my shit off my desk. Just do this for more like 15 or 20 minutes. Drenzen said, forgot to take out the disputes. I'm deliberately leaving them in, Drenzen. By the way, Drenzen, I got a little snappy with you yesterday. I timed you out when you made a relatively innocent joke. There's been a lot of people making blood clot jokes lately, just due to everyone sitting indoors and sitting inside. And my friend, you know, Jeff died of blood clot, so it's something that I try to just get off my brain as often as I can. And I'm deeply cognizant of the concerns and risks. I think I just send this back because I hate this guy.
Let's slow this down.
Push.
I've got you.
But yeah, so I appreciate it, Drenzen. I just, for whatever reason, everyone I know seems to just keep making jokes like that. And I'm just like, would we stop it? Like, or comments are just like, hey, do you know? And it's like, I fucking know. I have no Interplanar Beacons, huh? Why don't you use a gaming chair? A lot of chairs that are labeled as gaming chairs, I just don't find very high quality. it's weird to me that there's like a brand of chairs that has become labeled as gaming chairs specifically. And it's funny because there's like 40 companies that basically all sell the same chair.
I will miss you, friend.
Well, that's, I guess, good. I mean, what's not good is the fact that I have to, like, shock in absolutely everything. Oh, fuck, that's right, these are not Interplanar Beacons. What am I missing? I'm missing a shitload of black mana. Black. Oof. Oh. Alright, good job. Good job, Day 9. Alright, so we have done what is known as makey and mistakey. I don't think X Brain Eater X actually has that many creatures though, outside of Kahiri. Counter spell. I think that because of the order that I played this, I was not paying attention to my mana base. Regardless, coming back to what I was saying earlier, Drenson, I could have just spoken to you more calmly about it instead of just like snap time you out. So apologies.
Joins a chorus of roars.
I think we're dead. Yeah.
The more the hairier.
How dare you have an emotional reaction? Well, I like to take responsibility where I can, you know. I think that deck it's just a funny, cool, total jerk deck. Stupid Kahiri. But if you think about it, it's actually very clever, the fact that it runs Kahiri, because if you have a Fires of Invention deck where you're trying to go thick, with Kahiri, you always have a 3-mana play. You always have a 3-mana play. It's like very clever. It's very cool. It's like you share a very cool deck. Well, I will... The lesson that I needed to learn from that last game is to be a wee bit more careful about how my mana base is being structured. And my plans around it. Okay, so it's a Sultai deck. So these tend not to have direct damage. Like, if I am worried about Bone Crusher Giants, for instance, I maybe would plus Teferi. But these tend to have direct destruction effects.
Dealing with you, don't think you'll be.
Shatter the Sky is going to be useless against one of these disco decos. Let's go ahead and just nuke the dude, plus the guy, and be done.
I have some fine print.
We were talking about something that was really interesting to me, and I can't remember what it was. I just saw Drenzo. It was like, fucking Steerhards, Sean, don't be such a dick to the people who have been kind and supported you for most of your adult life. The inside of my mind is essentially a car. Oh, chairs, that's right. Yeah, I think something is fucked up with the seat of my chair, like it's sunken in, so it like pushes on the sides of the legs and the bottom of the legs. And like I'm sitting in this one, and I immediately feel so much more comfort on my, actually I should sit like this. I immediately feel so much more comfort on my butt. The problem is that when I sit up straight with this one, yeah, it's the Aeron. It's the Aeron that's fucking with me, man. It's fucking with me. It's fucking hurting me, man. What the fuck?
Let's try this.
But dude, the kiddies love this chair so much. This is the kiddies chair. That's why I keep it. Very good. And this will give you enough mana for Lily. Yeah, I mean, I fucking adore my Herman Miller Aeron chair.
All your fears are given form.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna kill that. Alright, that seems like a pretty good play.
I'll protect you.
I still strongly recommend the Herman Miller Aeron. Like, my old Aeron, I had no issues with at all. It was great. And then I snapped something. Like, so now it's... But I had two. It was a two-human household. Die, only to be risen again.
No more games.
Oh. Come. Oh, he doesn't know.
Shadows awaken.
Here we can get an extra land, possibly. Or possibly not. Goodbye, Ashiok. Goodbye. Yeah, Herman Miller I've heard really good things about in regards to, like, just wanting to help people get their shit up and running. Bing bong. I think the correct play here is just to send this one back to the hand.
I am not going to sit this one out. There goes nothing.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the other chair. I don't know, so I got two not quite functioning Herman Miller Aerons, and I really love them. They feel really good on my back. Way better than this chair. This chair kind of has this headrest thing, and a lot of chairs have a headrest that, like, I feel like if I was a short person, it would, like, kind of be over my head, but I'm a very, very, very tall person. And so what it does is it just put, like, those gamer chairs, including this one. It's like, I just feel like I'm doing this the whole fucking time. Okay, so we have a shitload of legendary and blue things. So I don't want these. I don't even think I want the Shatter the Skies. And a little bit of direct damage, I don't think is necessary. Now, do I want Kaya or Orzhov Usurper? She is quite good for Uro. I think this is the play, and here's why. It's important that with the removal options I have in, that I don't over-skew towards removal. I want to keep as many Planeswalkers in as possible. Obviously, Shatter the Sky hits Uro, Kaya hits Uro, Grafdigger's Cage turns off Uro, Devout Decree hits the Ashioks. But what I'm thinking here is that almost everything is legendary or blue. So these are very efficient ways to deal with these. Like, super cheap. I want instant and cheap ways to deal with things if possible. The question is, do I maybe want to cut an Elspeth Conquers Death and put in another Narset? Probably not. My opponent has black, which means there's probably going to be a lot of direct removal-y, oovily, doovily thingies. Oh my god, my legs feel like such a relief of pressure. My god. Yeah, fuck you. Get out of here. Get rid of counter magic that could be here. Hello, Davis.
I know my responsibility. Here we go.
Just gonna dig. Yeah, oh god, like my poor widow eggies. I was just experiencing DOS pain. Maybe I actually wanted to get the Nightmare Muse. Maybe Mystic disputing a Fibblethip was just an insane and stupid maneuver.
I really should have seen that coming.
I feel a bit as though a Nightmare Muse is coming.
Let's try this.
Are you gonna send this one back? No. Okay, so now I can bouncy wouncy this. Here's what's gonna happen. Because I'm the luckiest boy in the world, I'm gonna bounce this. And then what's gonna happen is I'm going to get an Elspeth Conquers Death. And that's just going to solve all of our problems for us.
I have a plan.
Fork. Crappity, bappity do. Teferi, time Raveler. Oh my god, fuck. Fucking fuck. Well, I have one option. It's this.
The undead make great minions. Battle to the grave.
Yeah, I mean, this -7 doesn't really do anything right now. But 'tis getting close. Sorcerer Spyglass, that's interesting.
Now what?
I will rise again.
Holy fuck.
Creeping, thieving progeny.
You know what, I'm just gonna concede. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I've made a mistakey. It was a little ambitious. This looks fine. This looks fine, fine. Get this, Elder Spell was in the main board. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, oh yeah, that's the hand right there. That's the hand. Ah, yes! Interplanar Beacon. You know what? Watch it. Sorcerer Spyglass. Here it comes. Kaboom. Teferi. Teferi's gonna get named. It's not a big deal. Teferi's got a passive. Ain't no problem for your big pal Sean. Boom. And bam. Look at this. Double heals. Heal. No fibble fit, no problem.
If you surrender now, I'll empty your mind.
Don't you wish you discarded Nicol Bolas?
Let me pick your brain for a minute.
Okay. tools against these.
Good luck with your little duel.
I don't know if I really have a tool against that. Kind of an interesting idea. You just turn off... Well, I mean, this is kind of an anti-planeswalker tactic. So let's see, it's gonna be like... Put a +1/+1 count on, you know, make him feel tough. Let's get this guy. Let's heal 2. Our Atrises are now pretty high value. I'm trying to think if we have any way to destroy either of these. I don't think we do. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Let's tidy up in there.
Unless it's like Thought Erasure immediately thereafter. That would be bad.
Only a matter of time.
It's great.
Loneliness
Super duper great.
This has been a waste of my time.
Still not enough cards in the graveyard because I keep exiling everything.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. I have just the trick for this.
Yeah. Got him. Our opponent appears to have been trying to do that to get enough into the graveyard to be able to do the thing. Now, this is a legendary creature, so I'll just counter it. Which one do you think I want? I'll take my Skilly Lily.
Let us
See?
march into battle and make new comrades.
I'm gonna minus first and see what happens. Thought Erasure, good. Use this one. In the hand is an Elder Spell. Ah, yes. And our opponent probably thinks I got super duper lucky, but little does our opponent know, I'm already the luckiest boy in the world. That's so fun. And there it is. Oh. Do you like it when I bat my pretty eyes and go whoa, 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 whoa. We're playing Esper Bolas Superfriends. Esper Bolios. You know what? I don't see a companion, so I know that our deck is gonna have a chance. I am just fluid hungry today. Who the fuck is this asshole? Playing a 10th Street Dodger? What? Oh my god. It enters tapped. I don't believe it. I'm gonna lose. What? What? No, don't play Robber of the Rich. Don't play Boris. Hooray. Thank God. This is horrible. It's gonna be like land Embercleave, and I'm gonna be like, bleh. I'm gonna be like, bleh. Whatever you do, please, Boris, please, don't have a cavalcade of calamity. Cavalcade is a hard word to say. Who fucking Ray? Bing, bang, bong, bang. Ugh.
Let's slow this down.
Get him out of here!
That's more like it.
Please just replay the robber and then give up. Boris! No, not one of those. Boris! What if he swingo dingoes at my face? I take 1 damage from the ping, and then 1, 2, 3 damage from the dudes, and then an additional 3 damage from Please attack my face. Please. Right in the face. Please, in the face. No, you jerk. We lose now. We lose. We've lost. It's over.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. What a pathetic showing for my Esper Superfriends deck. Tails End. No. What are we going to put in here, huh? Devout Decrees, yes. Cry of the Carnariums, yes. Kaya, like, probably not at all. God, it's just such a slow maneuver. Maybe that's a bad idea to leave in our Tails End. Stiza says, curious as to why you conceded. Because if I wiped their board, they would have been able to deal precisely 7 damage the following turn and kill us in the face. Maybe I should go like 2 Tails End, 2 Elspeths, something like this. Trust says, I thought my video froze. Nope, just day 9 deep in thought. That's me. Deep thinking day 9. You can tell the wheels are churning a lot better now that I've had coffee. I love the way I feel on coffee. However, the most powerful performance-enhancing drug remains as sleep. Play it, Boris. Play it, Boris. Play it, play it, play it, Boris. More like Snorris, am I right? Snorris, he's so porous. Stiza says, oh yeah, forgot about the 1/1s. Yeah, no, I was kind of in the same boat. I was just like, we fucking did. Oh. Yeah, Figbird, how is your sleep going, Figbird? I know that you are our resident having trouble sleeping in the middle of a pandemic type of human. Bring it, Boris. Pass through first strike damage. I think I wait, because if our opponent goes land, runaway Steamkin, we have a bigger outcome. I did it. But the problem is now, if it's like turn 4 Torbrand, which I feel like is inevitable. This is protection from white, the bastard. This is an issue. We're doing it in this order because, I mean, obviously there's a Bone Crusher there. If we Narset, we now have the ability to gain life when something attacks the Narset. Libra says I'm doing much better this week in general. So this week, we soon need to figure out what to do with my lease, and that is frustrating. Yeah, I mean, I feel like landlords have not been amazing, as it were. Heard some landlordios were being great, some were being not good. So essentially, we need precisely Shatter the Sky, and Narset's a good ticket to get towards that.
If you wish to see everything, put thoughtfulness before action.
Maybe we should have allowed the Ember Cleave to be there and discarded a Bone Crusher. Maybe that's what we should have done. And left the Tail's End up. That's not good. This is a bit what we expected. Okay, well this gives us a fighting chance to just get the Shatter the Sky.
Keep an open mind.
I don't think any of those actually help. Right? None of those actually help? So this is a Raugrin Triome, so what we need to do is we need to do this, this to cycle this for another chance to get the Shatter of the Sky. Okay. I'll keep the new one. So we're kind of still in the same pickle that we are. We've basically just, we've like delayed a turn. So now we're gonna take like 6 damage. That's a good play. Is there any fucking way to do this? Ah!
I am a god once again. Death's master.
Okay, you're pretty good, huh? Oh, God. Draw first. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay. Oh. So I need to tap this perfectly.
Witness a mote of my power.
That doesn't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 9. I thought I had 9 mana. I thought it was going to be 9. Okay, so this means that our auto tapping is actually substantially easier.
I am not going to sit this one out.
This is a lean in moment for getting on TV. Now time to do a bunch of Jedi mind tricks to pick off this asshole. Just more coffee. God, all this is going to earn me is a game 3 against a mono red deck that probably is just going to destroy us. Give me something to throw. Give me a thing to throw. Yes, good. Good.
Don't worry, I got this.
Humble your mind. There is always an empty room. Breathe in. Exhale.
Maybe? I feel like I'm gonna feel bad. It's okay. It was horrible. It was very, very hard. Alright, I'm gonna check my reality messages. What's happening in reality? We have 2 texts. good, okay. This is okay. I am willing to keep this. It's not a sneak, but it is a keep. Oh, you don't like to see that. Ishblod says, did you get any messages from chat? Ishblod, I get messages from you guys all the time. I got you open. Start, finish. Oh, you mean on my phone? No, I don't give him my personal phone number. It's a smart thing to do if you're someone on the internet. Why would I? Why would I publicize that, huh? I think I just don't fuck around even a little bit. I just do this right away. That's a good one. Because now, if my opponent had a couple of one-mana plays, I feel like my opponent may have been leaning towards doing that instead of the Runaway Steamkin. So this would... That's not a super strong claim. What it makes me think now is that our buddy slash this person No, my Teferi! Oh, fuck! Oh, I'm devastated. Why don't you play last turn? Oh, this is horrible news. I mean, really, it's Shatter the Sky or bust.
I know 88 ways to hone your prowess.
Well, this is actually easier to cast. Damn it. I would have... I literally just crossed off in my head, there's definitely no Robber of the Rich in the hand. I have never wanted in my life more than anything a black mana source. Now, I do think Boris has making a mistake. And I'll play a land, and I'll pat myself on the back for a job well done. I'm a mono red player. Don't believe it.
I have just the trick for this. Now, if we play Narset, we go to 15. If our opponent swings, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And if there is a Torbran, we would take another 6 damage. So we would go to 5. If our opponent Embercleave, we'd only take an additional 4 damage, so we'd go to 7. Right? Because that'd be 1, 2, 6. It'd be 8 damage. 13 minus 8. How the fuck did I get that math? Go to 7. Okay. 15 minus 8 is what I'm dealing with, not winding up at 8. Present and future are bound by threads of time. Meditate and prepare.
least I know what's going on. The other option was to just hold back Narset into Tail's End.
With thoughtfulness before.
Wow! My God. Dibolt's okay.
Enjoy and live. My assistants are painfully sloppy.
Dispelling phantasms makes me well done. Look to see me no more.
So, expo 2 cards, you gain 2 life. Okay. Oof. Being unable to gain life sucks. Oh, you would. That is absolutely something you would do. You want to ferry me? You'd be ested.
Is here to help your pain.
There goes our countering wishes.
I've got you.
Nice.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Can't counter anything.
I'll protect you.
Very simple plays.
Immortal Nicol Bolas will be your end. Defiance has consequence.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Oh my God, it's so close.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
We can do a lot right now. We play the Oath of Kaya. Yes. Keep this one. Shoot this.
I'll see myself out.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, God. Oh my God, yes. Oh, dude. Oh. Oh my God. They call me Sean. I'm a very stable person. You can tell by my hairdo. Alright, that felt great. That's the best. Jesus. Dude, let me tell you, I absolutely dog-ramped that kid, man. He got bonked. They touch reality in the top left of your screen? You mean here? Is there? You mean like... wait, is it... Oh. Oh. Nice catch, Big Bird. Absolute dog ramping. God, that was a series where I had to take my time. Reality, ew. Ha, yeah. Dude, let me tell you, I live in the Bay Area. They've outlawed doing anything that involves reality. Hear you me. Uh-oh. Our opponent has Snorian, Sky Bromad. Did you see all the dog ramp in JP's stream today? I didn't, man. Is dog ramp becoming a thing? Dude, my legs feel so much better now that I have switcheronied in the... What is the 4-color in the ass is going on here? Are we kidding me? So there's no black, so there's going to be a difficulty of direct removal, so that means burn damage is the way that I can get wounded. The dog can get fucking wounded.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. No, I am not making this up as I go.
We're hunting for lands. Does that mean the stream isn't even real? The stream is actually the only thing that is real, Fire Pixie 385. It is all that matters now. Oh, fuck yeah, I choose this. Pikachu, I choose you. And look at this guy. This guy's probably like, oh, I did it. I got rid of an Elspeth conquers death. I've got it. So we cannot actually cast our good friend Nicholas Bolas. Au revoir. Ce n'est pas problème. Je t'aime beaucoup. Fires of invention, baby. Fires of invention, baby. Dude, I'm telling you, sleep is the most powerful performance-enhancing drug. Just ask Sheriff the Cat. Sheriff, how has your little napperonis been going? We got some stretching coming. We got the sweetest little princess we ever did know. She's coming out to just make sure everyone's happy. Oh, yeah, I can feel you there, sweetheart. Meow. You know what? This seems like the play. All right, we'll play this Watery Grave. It's going to go ahead and enter tap. Going to play a Narset. Feels good. I'm going to minus the Narset. And you ever seen someone throw an Oath of Kaya? Well, now you have. And now I'm just going to say to our good friend the Fire... Fuck out of my mind. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, are we happy? Come on. There we go. Yeah, look, this is the whole world. Look at the whole world. Hi. Yeah, did you... Hey, Sheriff. I have cheese. I have cheese. Okay, she just wants to sit on the subwoofer for now. That's okay. We allow it. We shan't be concerned. Alright, everyone. Get the throaty part cooking, okay? Get ready for... Okay, can you feel that? That part right there, okay? Ah!
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude.
I think I'm actually gonna use Narset to throw a Nicol Bolas at Yorion.
Think, then act.
Oh, shit. How I wish I had met. Plus. Ooh, Elspeth is absolutely roasting death right now. Alright, so there tisn't yet enough mana to do things infinitely.
Might be a bad idea.
I don't want this Triumph. Ah, it actually is all the colors. Look at that. Is it Niv Mizzet, isn't it?
Show remorse. I'll show restraint. I'll protect you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, this is. We got it. Goodbye.
Only time will tell.
For your cause.
So let's see what this is in 1, 2, 3. Yep. Show me what you got. No. Yes.
Sorry I'm late. Don't worry.
I think we are doing it. Oh, this deck is fun. This deck is gaseous. We are not playing a deck that is a solid or a liquid. We're playing a deck that is gas. This is nice. This is very good. This is pleasing. Perhaps it's actually a plasma. Oh yeah, this hand is plasma. Oh my god, this hand is fucking plasma right here, man. Welcome back. There's one thing you love, it's to see it. This is absolute dog ramp right now. Ah! What you chucking? Good luckin'?
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Let's try this.
I think this is the Nov. Shut down our opponent's ability to draw. And then we have the ability to Thought Erasure, End, Tails, and whatever off the top.
Mind and body should move in unison. Keep an open mind.
You got it. Okay. Like, there's a Genesis ultimate, but I haven't, like, actually seen things from Nippon. Do you want to cycle, young man? Oh, hello. Can you Tails end the cycling of Sharknado? Fuck yeah, I can. Okay. This is a weird card to be so good. This is a weird card to be so good. I gotta set an alarm for myself to do something. I gotta set an alarm. I gotta record a video. Gotta record a video about this. 7 p.m. 7:01. USC. Great. Stupendous. All right. What do you want to do, Nipponi? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you just love to see all of this.
I outsmarted you.
Let's get another Tail's End in here, huh?
Prowess.
So this is good. This deck is plasma, man, I'm telling you.
I've got time.
This deck is absolute plasma. You got it. I'm not countering that one. Oh, fuck, I forgot. I didn't even need to counter it in the last situation, man. That was not a very gaseous maneuver. Alright, so we don't need Oaths, we don't need Shatters. We would love to end some Tails and probably do a little bit of this shit. How does Genesis Ultimatum read? Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any number of permanent cards from among them onto the battlefield. So Grafdigger's Cage does shut that down. But I think I'd rather just have the Mystic Disputes to shut it down. We don't need a ton of direct damage sources. So this actually seems like the move. Oh! My chair startled me. I went to move my arm onto the back of the chair, which I'm known to do. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wubba, wubba, wubba. Renzen says, Genesis Ultimatum seems quite weak for an ultimate spell. It feels like it's good. Feels like it's not, the ultimatums are not insane game-ending bone crushers in the way that an Agent of Treachery is. But they're good. Yeah, they're good. They're fine little spells. Ruinous Ultimatum, I still want to just have it be. I still want it to just be somewhere. This Tail's End card is really interesting, because Tail's End, broadly speaking, is a card, it fucking blows, man. It sucks. Like, broadly speaking. However, in the same way that companions are always guaranteed to be castable, it means that Tail's End, like, is always guaranteed to have a target against the rampant companion that is happening. Oh, yeah. Oh, this hand, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I have a question. How many of you have had the following experience happen? You may have heard me going... I was typing to a friend who shared a story that I feel like a lot of you have experienced. Now, I'm going to first speak to our engineering buddies out there. But have any of you ever gotten excited to code something and you go, fuck yeah, and then you sit down, ready to start the project, and then you have to spend, like, 8 hours just getting your IDE to work, and GitHub is... your repository keeps getting errors, and then you accidentally commit, like, a file change that's like 2 gigabytes, so you're trying to figure out how to, like, undo the commit. Or maybe you're like, I'm gonna do some art. It's art time. I'm fucking ready to art, and you open up Photoshop and it just doesn't quite work. It's kind of, you're struggling to make it function properly. There's a patch, and then all of a sudden you don't have authorization for something. But don't I own my software? No, this is Adobe, so you just kind of have the right to look at your Adobe CD. You have the right to use it, so you gotta figure out that shit for a little bit, you know. That's fine. All I wanted was to gain life. You know, and I mean, I'm technically speaking about software and shit, but I mean, like, you also know the experience of like, hey, I'm gonna do some knitting. I'm gonna do something physical. I'm gonna make a thing, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to knit. And then you just kind of wind up spending like 4 hours trying to figure out where the hell all your tools are. So that way you can do anything at all that feels like anything at all. And then maybe you wind up on Amazon just trying to order some stuff. Do I want to counter snowmen? You should just explode, Nicol. This actually works out perfectly. You had a friend who was getting ready to work on a project and just had to spend the entire day fixing technical issues. All the time. All the time. I get so excited. Oh, I have a new laptop. I can't wait to do something in Unity with it. And by the end of the day, all I've succeeded in doing is making VS Code have the Dracula color theme. It is a good day to counter. Mystic Dispute, here comes another one. I assure you, your Teferi will be countered by the end of the day. Ah! Let me scry before I start to eat cards.
Remake the multiverse in my image.
Don't need that many Elspeths. Ah! You know, I've spoken to a few different professionals of different industries about this. I feel like most of a job is actually not the job that you wanted to do. It's not actually, like, you don't do the thing.
Train every day. No one is more prepared than me. I have just the trick for
You don't do
this.
the thing anymore. That's not what you do. Like, 30 to 40% of your job is the job. The remainder is like
My mind
this
needs a rest.
kind of crusty bullshit. Bing bong.
I require servants. Your court. Rise and
It's just
shine.
some BS, you know. Reckon Game says I work at Starbucks. Love working with customers. Spend 4 hours counting muffins instead. Yeah, right. Like, I stream, and I like when I'm live. That's fun. But, you know, I have to, like, make sure all the software is updated and then do tests and try to set some shit up and then constantly go to the, you know, games pages and be like, shit, what am I doing next week? I need back. What a play. What a play it was, Nippon. Alright. So first do this. Ah.
My schemes are never ending.
This looks like a fun
You know,
new
I
toy.
feel 100% certain that in the hand of our opponent, like, I feel like 100% certain that in the hand of our opponent is a Genesis Ultimatum. Felt 100% certain. What can I tell you? Having a good time. Not gonna lie to you. Feeling like things are going well. Well, the problem is that I can't target the Dream Trawler. I don't know what I'm gonna do. this is going to be an issue. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. I mean, I can't target it. That's out of the window. Well, I guess I'll just draw 2 and maybe get a...
Waste not, want not.
Am I a mean person? Yes. Did Nippon deserve this?
My intellect is without limit.
Yes. I'll take her. Heal. This is the part that's just horrible as the opponent.
Meditate.
I mean, this is just horrible. You know, the funny thing is that Elspeth Conquers Death is currently preventing Nippon from even being able to cast anything. Alright! I feel like a bad person. Ooh, this one makes the blue, this one makes the black. Thought Erasure is ready to be cast. What's the highest rank I've ever been? A mythic, like 200 or some shit. Like a mythic 200 or so. Yeah, and I mean, I would say with confidence, like, anyone who is picking a solid... Well, do I care that much about this Fires of Invention? I think I don't. I think anybody who is picking a really good deck and piloting it acceptably, plus a shitload of time, you'll get there. It's more than anything, it feels like a time thing for me.
There are so many mysteries with thoughtfulness before action.
Hello, I am Narset, and I would soon like to cast Narset. I know, believe me, I know, Mirko. Mirko.
Fury will only lead you astray.
It's interesting. I have... Does anyone know the Dota player Crit? It's time to talk about Crit. I'm slightly worried that my opponent just has Luca and we're about to get our face pooped upon. So, in Dota, they have a rating system that I will henceforth call the MMR. And if you have like 2,000 MMR, that's like what you start at, is 2,000 MMR. If you have 2,000 MMR and you play a game against another team of the same skill level and you win and lose on average about 25 points a game. If you were paired against way higher people, maybe you get 30 points. Way lower people, if you win, maybe you only win 20 points. But, you know, on average about 25. Which means, let's think about this for a moment. If you go 7-3,
you cannot see your folly.
3 of your wins cancel out those 3 losses. So there's 4 wins worth of MMR gain. At an average of 25, we lost.
Monsters are the greatest weapons. We can all become stronger.
At an average of 25 MMR per game. By the way, that game is like the reason that deck is so incredibly popular. Okay, so you go 7-3. That's a 70% win rate, and those 4 games that on average were getting you 25 MMR means you gain 100 MMR every 10 games at a 70% win rate. Okay, so this means to go from 2,000 to 3,000 MMR, from 2,000 to 3,000 MMR, that means you would need to play 100 games with a 70% win rate. So that's like a pretty steep difficulty. You know what I mean? That's like pretty steep. Briefly, let's just remove this we don't need, this we don't need, and one of these we don't need. Tails and Mystic Disputes, and the Grafdigger's Cages is probably what we want. Great. Okay, so this means if you want to go from 2,000 to 6,000 MMR, you need to play 400 games. 400 games. With a 70% win rate. I mean, just think about how fucking difficult that is. Right? That's crazy challenging. If you had a 60% win rate, that goes up to 800 games. And let's see, if you go to a 55% win rate, it doubles again. 55% win rate. Means you have to do 1,600 games. Okay, so everything good here? Everything good? Everything good? Yes, I think this is the one that we don't want. Because we're really control versus control. So why do I say this? Why do I say this? People start at 2k MMR. 6k is like a very good player. That's like really, really good. Like, you would be considered maybe capable of working your way towards getting on a team. You would maybe be considered capable of working your way towards a pro team if you kept climbing like that, right? Because it's quite hard to get to 6k MMR. Crit, I was watching his stream, is almost 11,000 MMR. Almost 11 fucking thousand. Which means the distance between a brand new player and a very good player, that's a 4,000 MMR difference. The difference between a very good player and like Crit and Arteezy is more than that. I mean, that's fucking insane. like when you hear that, it's like, Jesus. Okay. This comes into play tap, so we get around the Dovin's Veto.
Excellent timing.
I'm just gonna do this here because I think there's essentially no possibility that our opponent can do anything to us. And this is gonna enter to play tapped. Everything can only happen at sorcery speed. I want to just do the instant speed. I minused. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. Woo! I should have plussed. Wow. I have found weakness. It's okay, it was all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Funny thing is that it's not that I forgot to plus, it's that I chose to minus and then forgot that.
Oh,
I think that this is actually...
will resonate throughout the multiverse.
Now that looks crazy. That looks crazy, but like the way we lose is if our opponent Lucas. You didn't activate at all? Yeah, I minus, didn't I? Did I just literally skip minusing on a turn? Oh, fuck. Oh, that sucks real fucking bad, man. You know how bad that feels? Real fucking bad, man. It's okay, this game's on lock, though.
Let your weak minds
Here we go.
crumble.
This is just reveal and put into the hand. Good. Ding dong.
I train every day, knowing I have just the trick for this.
I did it! I found the play. Do I just get the Omen of the Sea? I think I get rid of this because I have enough tools available to deal with small little tokeny guys. Oh, wait. The Omen can't do anything. The Omen does nothing at all. It resolves! Here comes the concession. Hurts, doesn't it, Mirko? Alright. Find something.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
Exile something. Plus the Teferi, which I will never forget to do.
Don't worry, I got this.
Planeswalkers are totally fine in the meta.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. Keep an open mind.
That's a better choice for me, because if I just get rid of this, then we can actually just start instantly drawing and roasting Mirko. Let's slow this down. Okay. I'm the best, so everything's good. Oh, yeah, JD the Tree says, hey, Day9, I just wanted to share some good news in these times. My girlfriend has finished college with a degree in studio art and has started the process of moving in with me. Fuck yeah, JD the Tree. I hope you have a whole room that's just going to be a mess of creativity. Oh, man. I got a very dear friend who is an artist as fuck and just has like a place where it's like, no, this is not, you don't even keep food in here. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is fine. I mean, this is like if Champlain gets the Teferi, Champlain wins. If Mirko gets the Teferi, Mirko wins. If Champlain keeps referring to himself in third person, the community wins. I wish to take the damage. Show me what you got. You hate to see it. Let's hope Mirko make you a mistakey. A mistakey has been makey.
Right on schedule.
The chicken now will bakey.
Might be a bad idea. You show remorse. I'll show.
All right.
No, I am not.
Everything's about to get real stupid. Like, real stupid. Now, if Mirko plays Narset. What? What's this? What's this? Desperation's in the air. What's this? Desperation everywhere.
Oh, I've done
What's
hero
this? I can't believe my eyes. I'm feeling tickled. I mean, was Mirko looking for an untapped land or something? Like, I don't even know. Or is there just too much land in the kitchen? Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Narset. No counters are possible because we both have Teferis. If we find a Grafdigger's Cage,
Hone your prowess.
then we would want to snatch that. I will also do another try to get the Grafdigger's Cage. We didn't get it then. So, this means I should probably play the Temple of Deceit. See if we can get something very juicy, loosey, and goosey.
Trust me, I have a plan.
An Elspeth conquering death is going to be positive here. I mean, at least we are at a Hearthstone pace, right? I love books. I have a ton of books.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Okay. I think I need a... Do I need an Elspeth Conquers Death here?
I have just the trick for this.
Gotta do it. It must be done. If I didn't, then my opponent would have played Yorion to flicker the Elspeth Conquers Death, and we would have been shit upon. That's what makes this such a pickle, man. Such a tricky pickle. Such a tricky pickle, man. Okay.
I've got time.
Well, shit. Okay. Yes.
There are so many mysteries to uncover. Meditate and prepare.
Alright, it's gonna get weird. You can't play stuff from the graveyard. I know that's weird. You can bounce one, but you can't bounce both. So we're just going to be up against a bunch of sharks. And then once I get... Wait! Oh, fuck! My Teferi's been exiled! My Teferi's been exiled. Whoopsie-dipsy. I made a mistake with my calculations. I perhaps mightn't have picked what I picked. I perhaps mightn't have. Woo! Fuck! We fucked up. Well, at least we have a non-zero amount of gameplay options.
That's more like it.
Oh, and this won't even let my shit come back.
I have practiced against many foes like you.
Why does this work? Oh, this is creatures. Oh, I'm the fucking best player in like the world, man. Like the whole world. Let's get another Elspeth Conquers Death.
The thoughtfulness before action.
That is good. Would you kindly show me what you got? Jesus.
Gods once, I am one again.
Okay. Let's get this guy out.
I'm omnipotent.
Could also have just nuked Bolas. Maybe nuking Bolas was the play. Maybe I should save that for my next one. This is a battle. This is the battle of the dum-dums. Not you, Sheriff. You're not a dum-dum at all. Sheriff loves brie, man. I should have more bread and brie for dinner. Fucking thinking with the noggin right here. I think I've had enough coffee today. God, my legs feel so much better now that I'm not sitting in that other chair. Nice. We did it. Shark.
We will meet again.
Boo.
I know my responsibility.
What a bad berry Teferi. Okay, so we do this first, see what's on top. No, good. The next thing we do is we hunt with this lass.
Keep an open mind.
Fuck.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Nicol Bowles dies, and that's actually fine. I'm gonna play this dude.
Sorry I'm late.
Is that right? Do I get rid of Shark Typhoon? Maybe I just send the Shark Typhoon back? No, but then we'd lose 2 Planeswalkers. Whereas if I send back this, there's no extra value. Ooh. I feel like Nicol Bolas is probably going to be hit upon. Nope. Alright.
I was not prepared for this.
I've got it.
Another one. The ability to kill that Teferi is going to be so critical to everything.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
This fucking Shark Typhoon is getting so much value. Maybe I need to exile the Shark Typhoon.
Hone your prowess.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay, so this comes down. Let's see here. What do I need to do here? I think I actually need to destroy the Shark Typhoon. I think I do. What do I delete? I feel like maybe even killing Teferi is the play. Just to turn on these Tails Ends. I feel like I have to do this.
All the cosmos are mine.
I think we're dead.
Don't
we
worry.
are actually dead.
I got this. Trust me, I have a plan.
If I didn't get rid of the shark, then our opponent would have played...
I have just
Our
the
opponent would have
trick for
played this, which would have immediately made a 5/5 shark and then gotten the chance to exile something. Oh, look at this. We're back to square one. Because, I mean, this activated ability, we can, like, counter that if we get the Teferi, but, I mean... Elspeth Conquers Death is legendary? No. It's just a good old-fashioned enchantment.
This is hardly my worst.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be this to take out this. Five, six, 7, 8, 9. So you're saying there's a chance? Actually, I need to do it in this order now.
I really should have seen that coming.
And now I do my really stupid-looking double Tails End shit. Ugh, this is looking grim! Grim!
Dissenters are welcome to debate me in battle.
Good, 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 good. Okay. Really, really good. So now we get to bring back Teferi.
I am not going to sit this one out.
We nuke a shark.
Here we go.
You know what, dude? That's totally fine. Bing bong.
Stark will be mine.
Okay. So you can only have one thing that happens on this turn. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm thinking. That looked so urgent. Yeah, no, because like I was typing to someone and using my spacebar.
I have enhanced my tactics.
And I just freaked out. Whatever one gets killed is just going to be coming right on back.
These schemes have been foiled. Suits me well. Death's master.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's good.
Monsters are the key to defending my city.
Gotta do it.
At the time, Planeswalker.
So my opponent's going to make some 1/1s with Castle Ardenvale. So I need to be very, very, very careful. I think this is it.
I am the master here.
I just need to remove this. We're not going to be able to draw.
Let's try this.
Putrid, but effective.
And then when I get back Nicol Bolas, I will start plussing Nicol Bolas to make zombies, instead of plussing Nicol Bolas to make... Oh. Well... So there should be, generally, 3, sometimes 4 Agents of Treachery. Each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. I mean, that's not going to do anything. We're just going to be up against a couple of 1/1s. No scry at upkeep. Okay. Suppose not.
I will rend the sun from the heavens. Heliod will pay.
How many Elspeth Conqueror's deaths?
I am proud of my comrades.
I've used pretty much the bulk of them.
If I can't use it as a weapon, it's useless.
I actually think I do this. And loyalty.
I know 88 ways to defeat you. Pick one. Meditate and prepare.
In exchange for eternal servitude. You are all so generous.
Good help is easy to find in war.
So my opponent can make... I think the Tails End covers pretty much everything. Two top, 0 bottom is not something I like to see.
Titans obey my commands.
So this is at 7.
You are going to fight.
1, 2,
fight
3,
beside
4,
me.
5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each of these requires 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can only make... Can make 2. Okay. Well, this is good. Let's do this first. Well, I'll take this. That's good. Let's do this first.
thoughtfulness before action.
That maybe just won the game. So we know we're going to plus this, right? Our opponent is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. And then each of them is going to get +2, +1, which is going to be a total of 11 damage. So what I need to do right now is I need to protect Liliana. Because I heal through the potential... Oh.
Heroes, rally to me.
And then this heals up. Bing bong.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Remove a token to prevent more damage. We can't draw.
I'll protect you.
So now the position that we're in is that Mirko's previous plan to try to kill us by generating enough tokens doesn't work. So now our opponent has to abandon, and by killing with tokens, a 1-1, a 1-1, a 1-1, and a 1-1, another 1-1, with Luca's ult deals 5 damage, the 2 Castle Ardenvales would have generated more tokens, and then Elspeth would have done the -1 to give enough damage. It would have been 11 damage total. The -7 would have killed us. Because we hit Teferi with Narset, it means that we then have the ability... to... Oh my god, the fucking draw! Alright.
Has been destroyed.
We are fucked again. Shit. Ah! Off the top. Well, this is a problem now. Whoa, what a top deck. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, these counter spells do nothing, by the way. They just would have done
I will do my best.
literally Zippo. Well, fuck. How do we escape from this pickle? That Elspeth can't come back from the graveyard because of this thing. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Okay, so it looks like our opponent maybe made a mistake there. Well, there is this play.
Keep an open mind. Agent of Treachery is going to come back, isn't it? Creature card. I can't cast this from the graveyard, but the Agent of Treacheries. Oh, wait, no. Agent of Treachery can't come back because of Grafdigger's Cage. So what can come back? Basically, Yorion. I have no timeouts. Whoops. So we need to plus this. This needs to be plussed.
That's
and then
more
this.
like it.
Destroy this.
Defiance
You are a mighty warrior.
consequence.
I concede.
So the only thing that can come back from here
for my excellent timing.
is the Narset Planeswalker. Alright, so then I can bounce this copy. So 2 things don't come back.
Might be a bad idea.
One, two, three, four, 5. Can I actually, like, swing to maybe deal damage? How many of these do I have in here? 1, 2, 3. Alright. Narset's probably the most intelligent one to do, but if Mirko's really feeling the pressure, Mirko might bring Elspeth back. So I do have another Elspeth Conquers Death. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. No, there's 4 of them. Oh, shit. Alright, well, whoopsie doopsie daisies. We don't really have terrific collection of options. Alright. It's the 1/1 plan. We have 19. Our opponent's general game plan is to make enough tokens to just blow us out with... I'm just gonna eat up some mana to prevent token generation and proper scrying. So we basically have a... Oh, we have 36 fucking seconds left. Oh my god, we're just gonna lose on time. Oh shit, we're gonna lose on time. Fuck! Ah! I wasn't looking at my timer. Alright, well, damn it. Oh no, that's 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay, never mind, we got it. Whew! The ups and downs in this game, let me tell you. It's right on the white text. Chill. Please bounce this.
Stand by and watch.
Do I have any Teferis? I don't think I do. I think I should have this, like, one single Teferi, yeah. I don't think I have that many good cards.
I've got it.
Man, it was the turning point. I think we set ourselves up for success, and then it was the top deck Mythos of, whatever the fuck it is. Mythos of Aluna.
Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
I think we don't got it. This could lead to some humorous outcomes.
I've got time.
Well, I can't counter anything.
I have just the trick for this.
There's also some Shark Typhoons hidden in there. Tails line to stop Luca. Our opponent, unfortunately, has Teferi. Teferi, quite contrary. Rats. Ratsy, ratsy, ratsy. Oh my god, we were so close. We were so close. Oh, look at all the shit that's exiled. I think we basically have one Nicol Bolas and one Liliana, and that's it.
If you are going to fight, fight beside me.
So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ay, well, there's the death. Ah!
The ultimate weapon.
Fuck. Oh, man. That was such a close game. That was like such a close game. Oh my god, that was a close game. I mean, our opponent was just down to the point where if they didn't draw like precisely an Elspeth Conquers Death type card, we were just going to ult and win. They had to like exactly kill Liliana on that turn, and that was that. No, I don't think Yorion makes sense in a Mass Planeswalker deck, Lloyd Smith. I don't think it does. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, Almighty Bobino, that's when we had the ability to deny the ultimate. Ah, it was a close one. Woo! Well, I mean, even our new opponent is worn out from last game. Even our new opponent is just totally worn out, man. It's just like can't even handle it. Man, and you know, the game 2 that we won very handily, we wound up in the same position as our opponent did in game 3, which is just if there's a Teferi out. Like, does it all. Doesn't look quite good enough. That looks pretty good. We have enough ways to find Demana. Oh, what is Mercy's doing? What is going on? All right. Not today. Fish 21, gifted 5 subs. That was a good match, man. That was a nice little match. That's one of the longest, most intense game 3s I've had in a while. Okay, so this is an Azorius controlled deck, it looks like. And I say this because we already see 3 basic lands, which you can be kind of cramped on actually being able to run anything other than those. So, great. If I can just play Teferi next turn, it's very hard for our opponent to win. Alright, everything comes down to this moment. Really good news. So again, if there were red in our opponent's deck, we'd be a little more leery of minusing the Teferi.
This isn't
But I think minusing here to draw to try to ensure land drops is super safe. We'll be able to play Narset, which is also another very, very good card in this situation. But our current issue is that Mercis is going to be able to start building up a lot of land. Obviously, the birth of Meletus. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, yes, yes.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
So now that we're denying draw and denying counterplay / denying gameplay, I think direct damage seems good here. This will let us pick off an enemy planeswalker.
I have reached my limit.
You love to see it. I think I just need to keep hunting for Landos. opponent really, really, really does not want us to have a Narset. Which is great. Kip's Mom Part 5 of your Ori and the Will of the Wisps playthrough. Really loving the chill vibes and gorgeous art. Really?
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Well, you know what? I'm going to use a Narset to get a Teferi, because this is the kind of guy I am.
I train everything with thoughtfulness before action.
Nothing in there, which is good. Yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisps was just a really nicely done game. I found it to be really, really lovely. Okay, this is a very cute play from our opponent. Activate.
Keep an open mind.
Let's go ahead and nab this Tail's End. See, if I Shatter the Sky, then this just brings back the Dream Trawler. And you know what? I don't want that to happen. Damn it. You can counter that. That's pretty cool, huh? This looks fucking odd. I think it is a good play. Deny the card draw.
This was
Reduce the probability of there being general counters in there.
Those who cannot perceive beyond them hone your prowess.
We can just kill the Narset. Or deny the card draw. Ooh, shit, man. Shit, our brain's a little tired. Dude, this is the problem with Narset. This is the problem with Narset. It's easy to fuck up even when you have a Narset. Okay, so this is actually not enough. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
I must train harder.
A Dovin's Veto in the main deck? Fuck. Alright, well, that kind of sucks. Yes, we did incorrectly use the counterspell. That is correct. Denying the card draw, I mean, even if we didn't have the Narset, I still think that's a good play. Okay. Well, we know that there's a Shatter the Sky all the way at the bottom.
Do not challenge a raging river.
Okay. Yuyan Ling's an interesting one. Right. Looks like we might be in store for another incredibly long match. Well, the good news is that if our opponent is running a bunch of Planeswalkers, then the Tail's Ends are going to be very, very effective.
Learn some respect.
Nice. We may yet eliminate this. We may yet do. Alright, well, I'm just going to run straight into an Absorb and then just concede. Bing bong.
will make an excellent minion.
Okay. I guess I should have swung first. Alright, I'm gonna swing and just, like, rip off my face if my opponent has a Brazen Borrower.
Don't try my patience. Oh, you love a good death bed. I've learned much from death.
Alright. So our match begins.
Do not challenge a raging river.
Bye.
I am exhausted.
Like this.
This quest
Like
was
this.
a disappointment.
Like this. Think like this. Because then... Oh, you're gonna get a fucking Narset back? Okay. Okay, you get a Narset back. Okay.
Just the trick for this.
Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, I can count. It's too tempting not to counter. So this is... If this gets countered, you know, it stinks. Yeah. If we had played the Teferi and bounced this to sack to kill that, our opponent would have then immediately gotten back another Dream Trawler. Alright, let's get rid of the bad cards. Put in the Tails End and the Mystic Disputes. Let's see. This one we probably don't need. Is this a reasonable card to run here? I don't think so. This might be fair to try to get in some of these. So I think this is better. How was it? It was a tricky final turn. It's a tricky final turn. Because, I mean, technically I can literally eliminate the baddie. Like in a very literal sense do it. I wish I had counters. Can literally get rid of it. But then I would just be up against a 4/6 Dream Trawler again without, like, a lot of tools. Was a tricky one. But we're against Azorius Control, so we'll probably be streaming for another 2-3 hours. Alright, Mara says it's taking some time. Raugrin Triome. At the end of this match, I'm turning the stream off, by the way. I was just joking about how long these games go. It's actually quite a funny joke. Alright. Is there anything to do? No, sure doesn't look like it. Just hanging out. Okay, what do you think the odds are of landing this Narset? I think it's 0.
on time. Got it. Oh, we got Tail's End here. Atris Oracle of Half-Truths is fine to get countered, fine. Dude, I am like... I am so disengaged from this game. Not like from Magic, but like... Metasis is... actually has like a lot of stuff to consider. There's Ferminia. Hey, Mamma Mia! Give me a counter. Nice. Worth Melius, what are you gonna do? I have Elspeths on top of Elspeths. Alright. All I want for Christmas is Teferi. Perfect. Perfect. I will now hit the spacebar. Can't believe we got 2 Elspeth Conquers Death out of that. I mean, I guess there's like not... Of course, that's okay. That's okay. Show me what you got. Mystic Dispute here would suck so much. Oh, I'm the best human being. Yeah. Oh, look at the patience with holding back the Teferi. Oh, yeah. Oh, no counters coming ever for Metasis. Never, ever, ever. And then probably land Dream Trawler and we have to concede. What's this? What's this? There's Narsets in the air. What's this? I'm flexing everywhere. Oh, shit. That's... well, we could have Tails ended this.
Here we go.
Ah, man. Alright. He just needed to not have the Teferi! Ah! Alright, well that's it. That's it for the day. I'm wrapping up. I am going to go. I also wanted to give a little shout out to myself. On tomorrow, we're going to be playing Magic. On Friday, we're going to be playing Winter Moor Tactics Club, a game made by my old roommate, Kyle. Oh, yeah. On Monday, usual mostly walking. On Tuesday, usual Magic, but little twist. At the end of the day, from 5:30 to 6:30, I'm going to be playing some of the final end-of-year games from the USC's, basically all their various programs that develop games. They sort of do a little end-of-year expo where where, you know, typically the expo would be like open to the public. You can come, you can see the games projects that people are working on. As you know, being anywhere in reality is highly outlawed. Reality is a no-go with social distancing measures in California. They're doing this sort of online streamed expo, so we'll be doing that from 5:30 to 6:30, showcasing some of the USC Games Expo games, and you can even download them on their website.